I want to talk about Cain and the counterculture. Cain and the raising of Cain. There are people who throw phrases around and words around, never considering their origin, never considering their definition, never considering their uh, what they've been able to encourage people to do. Words come out of letters which you spell. Um, a spell can cast. Yeah, let's gotta make this fast. Spell binding. One's attention completely as though magic by magic fantasy. But you know, spellcaster, person with magical powers. Uh, spell. A splinter of wood. The origin late English, Middle English, perhaps a variant of obsolete. Spelt, clip, splintered, spell. Past participle, spell. Past and past participle, right or name the letters that form a word in correct sequence. Dolly spelled, be recognizable as characteristics. And there's a lot into. Have you ever looked up the word spell? Did you realize how many spellable, how ambiguous and by ambiguous? I mean, it is definitely uh, duplicitous. Definitely a lot of words to describe a spell. Let me see something here. Wow. I guess you can see which word carries the most weight in our society. In by our, I mean yours. Um, where did Cain go? Where did Cain go? Cain left. I'm going to do some more research on this to add to this video. But where this is just the introduction to the Cain Raising Cain series. The indigenous. It's like where did Cain go? I mean, are we not in the wilderness right now, lost, circling?
To the United Nations because of this doctrine that was put in place in 2002 after President Bush went to the United Nations and filed what's called a salvage claim, stating that African Americans and Mexican Americans had destroyed the infrastructure of the United States with food stamps, welfare, home loans, and student loans unrepaid, that the United States needed to be salvaged. Salvage meaning that it needed to be saved from these individuals that were destroying it and had destroyed it. The United Nations granted that salvage claim to the United States, giving the United States to the authority to now remove Mexican Americans and African Americans from the lands of the United States. We have a problem that's encroaching and people don't realize it.
So let me ask you, okay, really quickly, because you said you are the founder of NAAIP, the National Association for Advancement of Indigenous People.
That's correct.
The founder means you began.
That's correct.
So prior to you, who was fighting, or who were the forefathers of indigenous people? Who are the forefathers who's been trying to change policy prior to you? Because unless you 120 years old and just look really good.
The real question is, who taught you you were a slave? Who taught you that? Who taught you were a black? Who taught you that? All this whole